We got a pearl white type blend on this driver's door. I'm gonna walk through the process of how I blended this out and kept it in between the door. Let's get into it. What's up, YouTube? Today we got a Toyota Highlander, paint code 089, pearl white. I believe it's 089. I think it is. Pearl white. Had a small dent in the door. What happened is they hit the mirror. The mirror broke off, hit the door, put a dent in the door. Now, my manager came to me and said, "Can you keep it in the door? If not, I can get some blend time on the fender." But I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty confident that I can keep it there. I got the mirror. You know, I can use that to hide a little blend right there. I'll keep it in the mirror area, and there's always gonna be a shadow from the mirror. Then I got the door handle there, you know, to break up any little blend or anything. So we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna show you guys how I do this. It's not that hard. Now, blending pearl whites, man, I had a few incidents where they didn't come out quite right, and I still don't think this one came out perfect, right? Nothing's perfect. I feel like I could still see the blend, but everybody else was happy with it. But being a painter, man, I always feel like I can see my blend. That's most of the time when I'm checking it with the sun gun, is because I feel like I can still see it, just because I know where I put the paint at. And you know, I always start off with my base coat blender, usually on whites, and these pearl whites, you really don't need the base coat blender. But I do it for security, just to make sure, because sometimes that base coat white, the base of the pearl white, is actually, sometimes it's hard to match, and then you go put pearl over and it still don't blend out right. Now, first coat of base, I'm just trying to get this primer covered, which I should have used a white primer. What happened is I knew this pearl white, it had like a reddish tint to it, a yellowish tint, so I added some red and some yellow and some white sealer, and I got pink, but you know, we all make mistakes. It is what it is, but white covers pretty good. Second coat of base, you know, I'm gonna go a little bit further, being mindful on how far I'm going now. I gotta go a little bit further than the first coat, but I'm still trying to keep it as tight as possible. That way I know I can blend it out. Now, here's my trick I learned this from a couple different guys that told me about this until I actually tried it. You take the base coat and you take the mid coat and you mix it 50-50. Now, what it does is make that base coat more transparent. Now, I know it adds an extra step to the job, and you don't necessarily have to do this. I've done pearl white blends and not do this, but it makes it a little bit easier. So you see, you mix that mid coat with all the pearls in it. It's already transparent, but you mix it with a little bit of base coat. So the base coat is going to give you a little bit more coverage over that primer, even though it should be covered after 2 coats. And you're already adding pearls in there that's going to be in the color anyway. And you blend that out, man. You just kind of feather that on, blend it out, and everything should be good. Give it a good shake. Like I said, it's a 50-50 mix. Some people call it a slush. I've heard people call it a slushy mix. But it works great, man. I do it especially on small blends. Now, we are using the DV1 base coat gun, 1.3 tip, full fan, full fluid, but I'm just telling you guys, I'm not pulling the trigger 100%. Like, most of the time I'm pulling the trigger between 70 and 90% of the way. I'm not fully triggering it. Now, you're welcome to choke that gun in. As you can see, you can still see that spot right in the middle, but as it flash, you know, dry down, and give it about 5-10 minutes and it'll dry down and you can barely see it. See, now I can barely see it. This is the second coat of pearl. I left the first coat of pearl out just to keep the video a little bit shorter, but second coat of pearl, man, you want it to go on wet and make sure you ain't getting too much on the edges. Now, if you get some on the edges, which I am here, you can see the way I'm flicking my wrist is going flying out to the edges. It shouldn't matter so much because that is a transparent material you putting down. That is the pearls. Now, you don't want to get it, you don't want to go edge to edge because it might be a little bit different than the front and the back door. Now, as I checked it with the sun gun, I still felt like I could see it. But when I checked it with the sun gun, I couldn't see the blend. So I knew it should be all right. I shouldn't have too many problems. And like I said, there's gonna be a shadow from the mirror all the time. And then you got the door handle there. Should be all right. First coat of clear, man. Y'all know how I like to do it. I put it on a little bit quicker, a little bit thinner. There's gonna be maybe a couple little dry spots. It ain't as wet as it should be, but it is white. So outside you probably won't see it. But on the first coat, I keep it a little bit, thinner coat. That way I ain't getting no solvent popping. I ain't gotta worry about my runs, none of that. Using Sikkens Auto Clear, the fast clear. This clear coat has a fast clear and a slow clear, not a fast hardener, a slow hardener. So it's the same hardener, just different clear coats. But this is the fast clear. I was trying to get this in and out. And I got a new mirror. Toyota sometimes send their mirrors already painted. So the mirror was already painted. So that was a win for me. I didn't get paid to paint it, but I ain't have to worry about, painting that little plastic cover. But second coat of clear, we're gonna slow it down. Make sure it's going on nice and wet. Now with white, you ain't gonna see too much trash or anything like that. Orange peel ain't that big of a deal like it is with darker colors, because outside the white is like blinding you, So it is what it is. Be mindful of them door handles. Them door handles is scary. You won't believe how many times I got runs just running right out those door handles. Always watch those. Don't slow down in that area. Just keep it the same pace, and everything should be alright. Got a little bit of trash in there, man. I just grabbed the razor blade real quick, picked it out. Sometimes you might have to blow a little bit more clear in there, and it should melt. The clear should melt right in. It's only been a couple minutes. But I didn't spray nothing. It was like right on the edge. I'm not even sure what it was. It might have been a string from the tack rag, or I don't know. You can see it there. I don't know what it was, but it happens. It's not a perfect world out here. And somebody tell you they don't never get trash in their jobs, they're lying. There you go, from a side view, front view. Now outside, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe. If you got any questions, leave it in the comments. See you in the next one.